When I ran for president 4 years ago, I said we're in a battle for the soul of America, and we still are.
Coming up, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris have officially launched their re-election campaign for 2024. And ESPN begins to lay off employees this week. How many jobs are expected to be slashed? The Daily Rundown starts now. This is Straight Arrow News, bringing you unbiased, straight facts. I'm Kara Rucker. We're getting our first look at President Biden's re-election campaign, launching first thing this morning in a pre-recorded video release.
Freedom, personal freedom, is fundamental to who we are as Americans.
There's nothing more important, nothing more sacred.
That's been the work of my first term, to fight for our democracy.
President Biden has officially announced a run for a second term at the White House. The video release comes 4 years to the day that Biden announced his candidacy for the 2020 presidential election. In the campaign video, the president says the country is in a battle for the soul of America, and there is a need to defend democracy. He calls out, quote, MAGA extremists in the campaign ad, who he says are threatening the country's freedom. The last slide of the video reads, "Let's finish the job." His announcement for re-election comes on the heels of a new NBC poll that suggests 70% of Americans did not want Biden to run again, citing his age at 80 years old as a main factor. Biden and Harris approval ratings are in the low 40s in most polls. His top challenger on the other side of the aisle as of today is former President Donald Trump. Speaking of the former president, jury selection begins today in a sexual assault lawsuit against him. Former Elle magazine writer E. Jean Carroll has claimed Trump sexually assaulted her in a New York department store more than 25 years ago. She brought the case last year under a New York state law opening a one-year window for victims of sexual assault to file civil cases after the statute of limitations has expired. Trump has denied the accusations. The trial is expected to take 1 to 2 weeks, and Trump is not required to attend. In another legal battle for the former president, the Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney has now said any potential charges against the former president in the county's 2020 election probe will be announced this summer. North Dakota is the latest state to pass an abortion ban after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Republican Governor Doug Burgum signed the legislation this week. The anti-abortion law is designed to take effect immediately, but last month the North Dakota Supreme Court ruled a state abortion ban must wait until legal battles play out. State lawmakers said this latest bill is to send a message to the state's high court that the people of North Dakota want to restrict abortion. The governor said the bill will clarify existing state law and reaffirm North Dakota as a pro-life state.
I was sent here to speak on behalf of my constituents, speak on behalf of my community.
The Montana legislature is at odds over one of its state representatives. Last week, lawmakers issued a gag order forbidding their transgender colleague, Representative Zoe Zeifer, from participating in debate after the lawmaker made controversial remarks towards supporters of a bill that bans gender-affirming care. Now, as lawmakers continue to prohibit Zeifer from speaking, her supporters on the floor are speaking up for her. Proceedings were disrupted yesterday as supporters chanted, "Let her speak." Legislative leaders paused the session and cleared the room. Republican lawmakers in the state have shown no signs of backing down, saying Zeifer will be allowed to speak on the House floor only after she offers an apology for saying lawmakers will have blood on their hands. ESPN has begun informing workers whether or not their jobs have been eliminated in a series of layoffs expected to last through Wednesday. The layoffs come as parent company Disney plans to slash 7,000 jobs. The cuts were announced earlier this year. The move is expected to not affect on-air talent at ESPN for now. The worldwide leader in sports is expected to cut some on-air talent positions over the summer. The iPhone 14's emergency SOS via satellite feature has another success story, credited for saving 3 students who went canyoneering in Utah and got stuck inside a canyon with no cell phone signal. When the 3 students got inside the canyon, they unexpectedly found deep water, potentially caused by a wet winter in Utah. At one point, the water was chest deep, and the students got stuck. 2 of the students were experiencing hypothermia. With no cell service, the 3rd student had initiated the emergency SOS via satellite feature, saying every 20 minutes he would receive bars on his phone from a satellite above. The group was eventually able to text 911 for help and were all rescued. Emergency SOS via satellite has already been used in several other life-threatening situations, including when an Alaskan man was stranded in the wilderness. The feature is exclusive to iPhone 14s and was unveiled last September. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching the Daily Rundown. We're on a mission to bring back trustworthy journalism by serving only you, not an agenda. Be sure to check out more of our work at straightarrownews.com. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.